So maybe this is the video for you. For those that are trying to find a less expensive way of being able to save money overall when it comes to commissions, and you have not chosen a broker of choice as of yet today, I'm going to share with you the broker that I use. And I use NinjaTrader as my trading platform, but NinjaTrader and AMP Futures, I'm going to say this now, are no longer doing business together, but you can still use AMP Futures because they have other platforms for those that may have interest in trading, from TradingView, MetaTrader, Sierra Charts, and there are a list of other platforms which I'm going to show you here in a moment, and some of them you can use for free. Okay. Now, I want to say this right now. There are brokers out there. There's a list of them that are regulated, in which you can trade futures on. But I know everybody's conscious about saving a dollar, right? So me as well. All right. It doesn't matter what level in trading, career or the path or the journey that we're in. We want to be able to save money because at the end of the month, we don't want to be, so spending so much and having so high of a cost. Okay. We want to minimize that so we can bring home more than we're actually, not say more than we're actually spending, but we don't want to be spending a high percentage of our income, expelling that out. So what I want to say is this right here. AMP Futures is a great opportunity or a great way if you're looking to find a cost-effective broker in which you can save some money on your commissions. I'm going to share with you their margins, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I chose them. But as well, NinjaTrader is a great option as well. I mean, they're kind of apples for apples in a sense. You have to do your own research and put in your application and see which one you may get approved for. Because I know some of these companies, you do have to apply, and not everyone will qualify, I'm sure, because I'm sure there are factors they're looking at. But I will say this, as far as commissions, I'm going to show you an example using their cost calculator as well. So maybe this will help, anyone out there that hasn't started trading with their own funded account yet, but maybe you are in demo or simulation at the moment here, using one of the platforms, especially here, in front of you, like right here, or even in NinjaTrader, itself. But when it comes to, like I said, commissions, I mean, choosing the right broker is everything. Okay. Of course, there are brokers out there that may require, say, a minimum account size balance outside of the margin amounts, which is, you have to have so much money per instrument to be able to trade those particular contracts or instruments, whatever the case is. And there are margins in which those contracts and instruments are tied to. So again, I've talked about that in the past. If you're interested in trading multiple contracts, you have to have, whatever the margin is times that amount that you're looking to or interested in trading. So to show you about the margins here on, first and foremost, I'm going to show you right here on AMP Futures. Okay. I tell you what, let's go take a step back here. Let me go back before they switch over to that link there. These are a list of the platforms here in which you can trade. It's a few of them, but if you click on view all trading platforms, you'll see the list like multi-chart, Sierra Charts, MetaTrader, TradingView. Let's see. Some people will probably they have their CQG trader, multi-charts again there. So there's a list of them you see here. I mean, there's a whole lot of them here. So you have to kind of go through them and see. Maybe some of you have experience in using certain ones of these platforms. Okay. And there are some free options. If you go up here and click free, kind of, filtering out, it lets you know which options are free. And then you have, like, depending on if you like to use certain data feeds like CQG. To me, I like using CQG. It's more secure. I feel like I'm getting the packeted data in real time, versus others. Rhythmic is a great option too. But, from time to time, I do hear a lot of traders saying that, data feed has stopped, ceased, or they're having interruptions, whatever the case is. But using CQG and filtering that way, still a list of, a lot of different platforms that you can trade with using CQG data. Okay. Again, and when we go over to look at the margins right quick, I'm going to show you. Now, what's required to open an account with them? Just basically the margin amounts, whatever you're interested in trading, whatever contract that may be, or instrument. Okay. So if you're interested in trading the micros, in which I tell people to start off when they're trading the equities or the indices, and there are other micro contracts you can trade with other markets, like maybe commodities or currencies and things of that nature right there. But like say for example, you want to trade the E-mini NASDAQ futures, right? Or the E-mini S&P, the micro version of it. These are the margins right here. The requirements, that means $40. What does that mean? Day trading. That means trading during the intraday session there. It's a requirement to have that you have at least $40 per contract to trade in your account. So if I'm interested in trading, for example, 3 contracts on the micro E-mini S&P 500, that means I must have a total of $120 in my account to be able to do so. Am I going to trade all 3 contracts? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. And honestly, starting off with $120 in your account, trade the micros, I don't recommend doing that. I do say that you can start with $500 in your account and grow it that way. But again, talking about that 5% rule that I talked about in the past in many videos, in which I did a video on a couple of days ago, you can definitely build up an account that way if you know how to trade the correct way and you understand the basics and the concepts of trading, okay? But each one of these amounts here is the dollar amount that you need per contract to be able to trade. These are the amounts that you'll need to have in your account securely to be able to open up an account to start trading, okay? Now, there's some other brokers out there that have minimum account size requirements that you have to have deposited into your account outside these margin amounts, and so that's what you have to do your homework at. Now, as far as, like I said, a low-cost way of getting into trading futures as a beginner, micros, and definitely with AMP Futures or even NinjaTrader or even TraderVate, for example, okay? Those are probably the 3 top companies that I could say as far as brokers that overall have some of the lowest commission rates in the industry. Definitely AMP Futures and NinjaTrader. Okay, so I'm going to show you now on a cost calculator using AMP Futures cost calculator. Okay, because they provide the information here, everything you possibly want to know, and to get you started, you'll find it on their website. You can even go back. Let's go back right quick. I'm going to show you. I believe it is. Where is it at? Exchange data fees. This link right here will let you know how much you're going to spend in data fees, right? Like for me, all I need is a $12 plan right here, okay? Trading CQG, or if you trade Rhythmic, it's $12. I got the CME bundle, all CME markets, okay? Level 1. I don't need, for me personally, I don't trade using the level 2, the depth of market. I'm a price action trader, trading, using structure and following that, and looking for levels surrounding supply and demand. So $12 a month is all I need. Now, if you want, like the CME bundle, which includes all and level 2 depth of market, $41, which means you can trade all the CME markets using the bundle. Okay, all right. So again, you can do CQG, Rhythmic, and they also offer that, which is their newest, I guess, data fee. I don't know too much about it, but it's called TT. And each one of these, as you go down, if you don't, say for example, you want to trade specific exchanges. These are exchanges. The CME is an exchange. The CBOT's an exchange. The NYMEX is an exchange. On each one of them are certain instruments that trade on those certain contracts that trade on those exchanges. So do your due diligence and do your homework to figure out, which ones. If you're trading indices, primarily, then all you need is really the CME. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Like I have the CME bundle. That means I can trade all markets that trade. All contracts that trade on the CME, meaning anything that may trade both the CBOT, I'm trying to say here, the CME, under that bundle there. Now you can break it out if you just want to trade contracts that trade just basically on the CBOT. Like if you trade the YM or the Dow, you can trade just using the $4 plan here, level 1 top of book, or the NYMEX. Some of you may trade like the oil markets, okay, crude oil and things of that nature, natural gas. I believe it's all traded under the NYMEX, right, for $4, okay. But the bundle here gives you everything pretty much in reference to that, everything except for like level 2. All right. Now, let's talk about the calculator right quick. Cost, okay. Now you can do the volume tier for anyone with a minimum equity deposit of $100. Yeah, so they have a minimum equity deposit, which is $100. All right, so that is $100. I mean, come on. Some of these other brokers right here, they have crazy amounts of startup deposits that you must be able, in order for you to start trading futures. You have to have certain amounts of capital to deposit in size to start trading futures. Okay. Now select data feeds. I'm doing CQG. Then you just come down here and you choose. So this is right under. If you go to your go to Google or your browser and type in AMP Futures Calculator, the link will come up there, and you can go in here and basically figure out using this calculator what it's going to cost you per side to trade whatever contracts, whatever instruments you want to trade. So if I was using CQG and I'm using the volume tier with a minimum deposit of $100, and let's say I want to trade using I don't know, let's see here, Sierra charts. Okay, I do it that way, right? So then it's going to calculate things for me, and then I can go down here and say, okay, I'm interested in trading the stock indices, the micro E-mini NASDAQ. Here it is right here. Okay, so for example, if you trade less than 1,000 contracts, and it's 62 cents per side. Okay, all right. So that means a total. All right, the total amount here will be, what's that? $1.24, I believe, $1.24. Round turn. That's both sides. That means entering and exiting in position. So when you enter, you know, and this is per contract too now. So let's say you're trading 2 contracts. You just do round turn. That's $1.24 times 2 for 2 contracts. And then, you know, for each contract you trade, you have to add an additional $1.24 round turn. All right. So each one of these is per side, meaning open and close of that contract when you're trading. Each one of these markets here is tied to a certain amount. Now, if you're trading, they do give discounts if you start trading over 1,000 contracts, but I don't know really who's doing that unless you're trading a whole lot of contracts per month. For me, I'm not doing nowhere near that amount of contracts. I'm only trading, you know, 2 trades a day, and I'm only trading like 2, 3, maybe 4 contracts max, whatever the case is. I could trade a whole lot more than that, but I'm just comfortable in the way I'm actually trading, and I'm not here to kind of, to me, it's about just constantly compounding. To me, it's a slow pace to be able to, you know, compound and make money and grow my capital over time that way. Yeah, I mean, I could trade 10 contracts, and I'm not saying I won't in the future, but I'm just comfortable with what I have been doing for you know, for several years now, and that's fine. But yeah, so if you're trading that way there, again, you just choose the platform of choice. You can do MetaTrader 5. All right. I don't think that changes much there in doing that. Let's see if I was to change something else here to maybe TradingView. Did the amounts change? No, not really. I mean, without going down here, looking at some other ones here, but it's basically showing you a breakdown again. If I was trading the indices, stock indices per side, for each one of these markets here. Okay. And if you look down, scroll down the bottom, it's going to tell you that it includes what? Commission, clearing, and exchange and regulatory fees. All right. All built into this price right here. Now, if I was interested in trading, let's say the E-mini S&P 500 or the E-mini NASDAQ 100 is $2.25 per side. Okay. So that'd be $4.50 for each one of these contracts, open and close on one contract. 2 contracts, that's $9. Okay. And then, you know, it just goes up from there depending on the number of contracts you want to trade. But again, I'm telling you now, if you are really trying to get into trading futures and you're looking and you're ready to trade, you can go ahead and put your application in, even over at NinjaTrader, okay? Here's the NinjaTrader site right here, ninjatrader.com. You could go down, look at the overview. They have their pricing down below here as far as the plan you could choose. The free version of NinjaTrader right here, which nothing wrong with using that. The bells and whistles that they try to sell on to by doing the monthly or lifetime license, which means all the additional indicators, use of the Superdome and things like that. But if you're a pure chart trader, there's nothing wrong with trading using the free version right here. And if someone that doesn't need all the indicators or indicators at all, like I don't really need indicators, free version in the trader is really all you need, and there's no fee behind that. Their margins, if I go down here, let's see, view margins by market. Let's go down here. Let's do CME. Let's do, let's say we're interested in doing where's the micros at? Oh, let's see, E-mini indices. Micro indices. Here we go. Okay. Let's do search. Here we go. The micro E-mini NASDAQ right here trades on the CME exchange, of course. Micro indices. It's $100 per contract to trade this. Same thing with AMP. The ES is actually $10 more than AMP. Margin wise, per contract is 50. Okay, AMP was 40. But still, I mean, one difference I did see here, like anyone that's interested in trading like gold, I'm going to show you like, where's that? Let's go to E-mini indices right quick. Not indices. Let's go to metals. Okay, let's go to metals. And okay. Oh, actually, where am I at? COMEX. There we go. COMEX. Here we go. Metals, gold. Here we are. See, it's $500. Their day trading margin. Okay, means I have to have at least $500 in that account per contract to trade. Now with AMP, I'm a little bit displeased with them. I say on this part here when it comes to their margins, and you know, typically most of you probably haven't heard me say anything bad about AMP, and I'm not saying anything bad about them. It's just that I think it was this year, they changed their margin when it came to trading the metals, which was gold. Look at what it is. No, here it is, $1,650 per contract, right? Okay, so which means I have to have a minimum of $1,650 per contract to trade this market. So one contract, I have to have this amount in my account. Two contracts, double the amount. Three contracts, double that amount. I mean, of course, I have, that's not an issue there. Okay, I've been trading for years and built my account size up, but I'm telling you, the difference of 500 to, that's 3 times the amount. Okay, so they changed that. It used to be, I want to say it was like $500 or $600. It was nowhere near that amount. Okay, and I'm not sure why they changed that. When I contacted them, they really didn't give too much information why. They just, and they're not going to give you too much. Okay, they can make the change at any time they want to, but still, that was one thing I noticed, because I do trade that contract from time to time, and it didn't sit well with me. Okay, so it left me on the fence of possibly leaning towards NinjaTrader and possibly switching over to them. But I know once I do that, I break my ties with AMP and can no longer use NinjaTrader and AMP together because I'm grandfathered in. All right. So I just want to show you that. But NinjaTrader is a great platform. It's a great broker to use, and so is TraderVate as well, which I'm not going to go into TraderVate. And I believe NinjaTrader actually owns TraderVate, so I believe that's how that is. But anyways, I just want to share with you, anyone out there that's really looking to save money when it comes to commissions, when it comes to the fees they're paying in data fees and things like that. You do that. I did a video a couple weeks back, kind of giving the overall numbers of what I spend per month and using AMP as my broker. Okay, and again, they're a low-cost broker, but just basically trading the indices, it's a savings there. Okay, it's not much that I actually spend in commissions and the data fees all in. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But that's all I have today, guys, to share with you. It's a cost-effective way, again, of options when it comes to a broker of choice, and saving money with commissions. All right. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching each video. For those that are part of the community already, for anyone that's not part of the community and this is your first time actually watching one of the videos, thank you for taking the time to sit here and watch the video in its entirety. I hopefully what I've shared with you today would kind of, maybe kind of provide some insight for you as far as, being able to lean you towards, what broker or the other to choose from. But also, if you're interested, I'm going to say this right now. A lot of you probably are watching the videos, have been spending a lot of time on the channel. You probably heard me talk about, the elite and the ultra elite private community, which is very inexpensive. A lot of people still to this day, they DM me and ask me about that and what it actually includes. What I'm sharing on my channel is personally how I trade. Okay, I break things down in the most simplest form as possible because I want to see people, for one, become profitable. I want to see people escape the rat race of, all those that are trying to find a different avenue in life to where they can basically work for themselves and make money for themselves and their families. There are options and opportunities out there, of course, and trading being one of them. But just like anything else in life, you have to spend time, kind of mastering and perfecting it and finding something that works for you. So I'm sharing what works for me, with thousands of people, with this whole platform out here, because I want to really truly see people become successful. All right, that's my goal. I believe sharing what you know with other individuals opens up the door for a lot of people. Being able to obtain the wealth and knowledge is information is very is wealth. Knowledge is wealth. So why not share it? So, because at the end of the day, I can't take it with me, and no one can take anything they have, whether it's tangible or not, with them at the end of the day when it is, your time. So what I'm here to say is this right here. For all those that are really trying to grasp and understanding the strategy and how I trade, and yes, it is not complex. It's very simple. You may want to think about becoming an elite or an ultra elite member, which is gaining access to the private community. A lot of you have DM'd me about it. I get it. I get those messages in my inbox on through direct messaging every single day, especially on Discord, asking how you can become a member. The link is down in the description portion of the video. It's like pennies on the dollar a day. Think about it. Like seriously, to become an elite member, to where I provide so much relative video content surrounding trade breakdowns. The trades you see me post over in the Discord, for anyone that's part of the Discord, those are the trades that I break down in detail for the private community, so that you can grasp an understanding of my thought process, my structure wise, what I was looking at when I was looking at the charts each and every day, why I entered that trade. It's as if you're sitting right next to me or watching me virtually as I'm explaining to you why I took those trades. Okay. Why I did. talking about stop loss placement, profit target areas, just running you through the strategy as a whole so you can understand and look for similar type setups yourself, but ultimately being able to understand structure, okay? So you get the trade breakdown videos, the video playlist, which is a list of a series of lists of links of videos that I feel are some of the most important information or video content on this channel, plus the great video that I surrounding market structure, okay? And I'm constantly making video content when it comes to the trade breakdowns as well, a couple times a week. So you get that if you want to become an elite member. Now, if you want to take it one notch up and become an ultra elite member, you receive everything I just mentioned, plus live recorded trading sessions and market recap videos that I include in that as well. But that's your choice, for anyone that does. Again, but that's where the cornerstone to how I really trade. And a lot of people actually, they're educating themselves, because that's what I'm doing. I'm providing video content for people to actually educate themselves. I don't have a trading course or trading program. So what I do is provide video content and break things down for you in the most simplest form, and hopefully that helps out. Okay. And by you becoming, an elite or an ultra elite member, basically what you're doing is just supporting my efforts as not only as a trader, but as a content creator here on this beautiful platform on YouTube. So you're supporting the channel overall. Okay. And supporting the growth of the channel. I appreciate it, guys. I thank you, each and every one of you, for watching the video content. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please take the time to sub by clicking that sub button down below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on, okay, by clicking the bell. And last but not least, hey, click the like button. If you found some value in which I'm sharing with you today and pointing you in some different directions of options in which you can actually turn to as far as low-cost brokers, make sure to click that like button, that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next one.